start off smiling so that then when it comes in...
Hello. Ruby just told me to smile. She was like, start off smiling. All right, stage mom car.
All right, I'm the one who's editing. And so far, some weeks it starts off with you going...
Okay, I'm not blind.
You're like, what? Because I go, hello.
Yeah, but I think because I'm always like, oh my God, that's a very high-pitched way to start a podcast. Hello. But yeah, hi. I'm smiling for the listeners. Can you hear it in my voice?
Okay, right. This week's episode, there was more bullying of Ruby because we have the wonderful Alice India on.
Another member of the household where we live together.
Yeah.
So it was all three of us, and me and Alice verified a lot of my experience of living with Ruby. Do you know what I realized, and we didn't mention it in the podcast, is that both me and Alice moved out like exactly the same. Do you remember that? Like it was 2 days apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we both got the fuck out of there. No.
But it was a lovely episode. In
Wonderful.
it, we also have yet again another scandalous question.
Genuinely. I didn't think the Emily story would ever be bested. That was in the Patreon, like the bonus Patreon episode that we have from Emily. This one is, I mean, yeah. For safeguarding reasons, we've had to put it behind a Patreon.
So there is Patreon exclusive content. Of course, we have exclusive Patreon content, which is Tea Break, which you get for free.
For free.
For free.
You just got to sign up.
You just click follow on our Patreon and you get that. Mm-hmm. And then this one is behind a paywall.
Paywall, because it's spicy.
But it's
spicy and risky.
It's £3 a month is our Patreon tier, which is like
nothing. Less than a meal deal, less than a coffee, less than half a pint.
Yeah,
I would say.
Definitely.
I think.
Yeah, I would say less than half a pint.
I don't drink half pints because I'm not a fucking pussy.
But that's available to you.
Yes. Without further ado,
I think we'll introduce the podcast.
Enjoy. Well, welcome, Alice India, to the Odd Jobs podcast.
Hello, Alice.
Alice, we were talking, listeners, about sponsorships, and basically, obviously, we need to try and get a sponsorship. Alice is sponsored by Monster Energy.
The refreshing taste of Lando Norris Monster. Feel the melanin yuzu as you race through life.
Wait, is that actually the tagline?
No, but it's...
What? Melanin yuzu?
Spoiler, I'm fairly certain that Alice has worked in copywriting.
Oh, yeah. That will come
up.
up.
Indeed. I'll just turn that way.
There you go. Get it all in there for Lando.
You've got to hold it like with the tips of your finger.
Look, the LN.
And do the tappy thing.
That is actually quite good, the way his name works like that.
Lando Norris is my dad's favourite F1 driver.
Is he?
Yeah,
is he the lad from Bristol or England? Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why my dad likes him so much.
Okay, yeah. I know so much about F1.
Anyway, but
No.
Oh.
No.
I was just like, sorry, 1 second.
See,
what?
It's a sport. Happens all the time. Catherine will just like say something, and I'll be like, "Wow, I believe you're telling the truth because you're telling me something."
Yeah,
your
but that's
friend.
the sort of thing
and then
you
she
would
goes,
do.
"No,
Got you."
Firstly,
I used to live in where was it? Where did you say Brazil? And I was like, that makes sense because you used to live in America and you've lived in an island and now you live in England. So yeah, you like to live around the world. And you were like, no, because I never live in Brazil and I never do Spanish dancing.
Oh, that was when there was 2 truths and a lie, wasn't it?
No, we weren't playing any games. You just started lying to me.
I said I lived...
And now I don't trust the
also,
world.
It wasn't Brazil. I know what I said.
What did you say?
I said I lived in Cuba for... Because I stole... Here's the best thing about a lie. And I am a very good liar. I am. I just am. And I love lying.
You just say
I love
everything
telling
so
a good lie.
confidently.
Harmless lies like that. Sure, what harm am I doing? I think the problem in the world now is that everyone's become very anti-lie. And everyone's like, the truth, like, da-da-da. And I'm like, the problem is people aren't distinguishing between lies that matter and lies that don't matter.
Yeah, that's real.
So like me making up a fake bit of lore to Ruby just because it's fun to deceive her, right? It's the same way it's fun to like, you love pranking people. Like it's in the same vein. My pranks are telling you, and also you require so little convincing. You just immediately believed that I lived in Cuba for, I think, 2 months and learned to salsa dance is what I said.
Yeah,
that was because my best friend did that. So the best way to lie is to take something like that is true in some things and then just change some of the details. So like take someone else's story, make it your own, easy to do. Another lie I did was in my old workplace, I told Ophelia, who you guys know, and 1 or 2 of the others, that I was a backup singer for Irish people who understand this. I said that I was a backup singer for Mickey Hart during the Eurovision. And they were like, exactly. English people like, who's Mickey Hart? I was like, oh, he was Ireland's Great White Hope one year of the Eurovision. He had a green sparkly guitar.
This is like
and
me
they were like
saying-
serious. And then they tried to look it up. And obviously he did have, and they were like, what age were you? I was like, oh, I was a teenager. And they're like, how did that happen? And I was like, oh, I was in a choir. And the choir director like knew the music director of Mickey Hart. And I just literally off the dome started saying this one day in the office. And they believed it for ages.
Wow.
This is like me saying that I played tambourine for Corn. That I like anytime Corn comes up on my feeds now, I go, oh my god, I played tambourine with them last year. Like I just like apropos of nothing.
It's harmless.
I've started just telling people that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Also, here's the thing that I find interesting about that is I've seen online that people believe this. And I'm like, but Corn don't have a tambourine player.
No.
Mickey Hart had a backup singer for his Eurovision entry. So like, do you know when you're like, it's what I love is that people that this is why we need to bring back lying.
Yeah,
it's because
it's a bit
someone can't
fun.
figure out that Corn didn't have any fucking tambourine players.
Yeah.
They're that like
footage
you
is
lads need to be
online.
lied to so that you learn how to fucking figure out a lie fairly easily. I think the problem is now everyone's like truth or lie. I'm like no. You need to be able to show some deductive reasoning.
Yeah, but
Critical thinking, critical reading.
I'm sure I could play tambourine for Corn.
I'm
if they
absolutely
asked.
certain we could all play tambourine for anyone we fucking wanted
I'm sorry. One sec. What was that face?
Yeah.
Could I not play tambourine
I
for
like how you
new
believe
metal
I moved
legends
to
Corn?
Cuba and salsa dance for 2 months, but Alice can't shake a little tambourine.
I even came up with a dance routine to go with it. So actually, there's a specific song that I would be excellent at.
There we go.
I'm coming under
Get the mic in there. As someone who's not that familiar with Korn's discography,
it doesn't
but
feel
is
like
aware of the general
Coming Undone by
genre
Korn on the
upon which
tambourine.
they are in, that did not sound at all like a Korn song. I'll be honest.
How's it? It's like
That like shimmy shake didn't feel very Korn.
So it's like wait, clap. I'm coming undone.
Again, I'm getting folk singer vibes off this. Is it not like wait? I'm killing it.
No, Jonathan.
No?
Jonathan.
Is that not better?
Jonathan Davies is actually, I would say, quite melodic.
okay.
They also did a cover of that
you would
song that's
know.
like, well, yeah, we're very close.
Personal friends.
Close personal friend, Jonathan Davies. I mean, he did, well, as you know from the story, make me sleep outside of the tour bus, but that's a whole other.
Rude.
Boys will be boys.
Classic. Right?
I'm just not good at picking up other people's lies. I will
That
get there.
is
and
autism.
But I'm just willing to fuck off.
That is autism.
That is clinical. Yeah.
But my thing is, but I'm the same, because if someone says something to me, like oh my god, okay, you can cut this out.
You
because
are
it's gonna
very
make me seem
literal.
racist. But
Both of you. Both of you are very literal.
someone came up to me and was like, at uni, they were like, I'm from Trinidad. And I was like, no way, that's so cool. And they were like, we live in mud huts. And I was like, do you? And he was like, no. And I was like, but you said that you did. And so I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I need, if people are doing sarcasm, I need them to really put on the voice.
We live in mud huts. And I was like, do you? Well, I was like 19
Alice
years
is
old.
like, God, a Trinidad accent isn't what I thought it was.
I was like, no, I didn't. He is from Trinidad.
That was me taking the piss.
This is all just too confusing for the beginning of the podcast.
Anyways,
Hey,
welcome.
Alice,
Am I cancelled now?
Yeah, probably.
I was 19.
Did you hear Alice on the Odd Jobs podcast saying people in Trinidad live in mud huts?
So he said that they did. So I was like, oh, did you? And he was just like, no. And I was like, well, if you tell me something, I'm just going to believe. Like,
Listen, I'll deny or I'll support any foreigners making fun of English ignorance.
I was just like, oh, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
I think the worst part is he said, I'm from Trinidad. And I said, as in Tobago. That's what I actually said. As in Tobago. Like some sort of fucking anthropologist from the 50s.
Okay, Alice India, welcome to the Odd Jobs podcast.
Right, we have Alice India, ADHD Comedy Award winner,
Northbridge Media Comedy Writing Award nominee.
Comedia Comedy Launchpad finalist,
Leicester Square New Comedian of the Year finalist.
and two Northtown New Comedian of the Year finalist.
Also, previous housemate of both me and Ruby Carr.
Which one do I think, which one was I better at? 2 North Down or living with you?
Living with us.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? I was very aggressive about you all being in the kitchen at the same time. I was very boundaried.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Always the finalist.
But it was
never the bride,
your
but
bedroom was the bedroom to hang out in.
That is true, but it was also the biggest.
Ruby found everyone's bedroom, apart from Lou's generally, the bedroom to hang out in. As I think we've already said on this podcast
Yeah, we've
before,
already said.
that I've more than once came out of the shower. You're sharing this experience
She did that to me.
in the bed. You come out your bed, you
1
come out of
a.m.
the shower, and you find in your bed Ruby Carr.
I thought we had said goodnight, went for a piss,
Yeah,
came
yeah.
back, she's in my bed.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Someone to
Ruby's like, Alice's room was the room we hung out in. I was like, Alice didn't consent to that.
No, I didn't. We had a rule in the end that it was if
Yeah.
the door, but the door would sometimes, just because the house was falling apart, the door would sometimes just be open.
Yeah.
I'd be too lazy to get up and close it.
But you, the way how you got rid of me is you go, I love you so much, and I'd be like, oh okay, and I'd
I love you
walk
so
out.
much, but
I had been Pavlov dogged into if you tell me that you
That
love
was a
me,
clear
I
I
have
think if
to
you say I
leave.
love you so much at the start, it's less me when I'm like, I love you so much, you need to get away from me.
Yeah. Do you know what I feel like we never actually really addressed in that house? I feel like it was mentioned once and then we never came up to it again, and we really should have. Was that at Alice's room, obviously some previous tenant or the owners, there was a padlock situation on the outside of that door.
And it had children's stickers on the window.
Yes. So that, as in, someone could have locked that door. It was
Yeah.
like a latch and a hook situation, so that you would have put like a padlock through it to lock that door from the outside.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever discussed that enough and how fucking creepy that was.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
definitely a children's room, because there were literally like children's like Superman
Yeah.
stickers and like monster stickers.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
But if it was on the inside, we would never see Alice.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's what I want. Assholes.
We coaxed you out of that
wanna
room
live
every
in
now
the
and again.
basement.
Anyways,
Sorry, hello.
Alice, you are a very accomplished comedian,
That's very kind of you to say. thank
writer.
Yeah.
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 Ruby knows something that some other people know.
You're not allowed to know yet.
Just
Contractually.
Yeah.
can we say that you've just
Shall
had like
we-
can we just say that you've had a cool day today?
Yes.
I have had
as
a
a
cool
writer.
day. I have had a nice cool day.
She's
today.
in the business. Yeah.
We're very pleased.
But anyways, we don't want to hear about that, actually. We don't want to hear about your success, right?
Oh.
Where you've been today and who
Oh,
you've been
then-
meeting. Yeah. I want to hear about your failure. No, we want to hear about all the odd jobs that brought you to where you are now. And we know, having been, close friends of yours for many years, that it has been a storied path.
It's a range.
Ranging.
I've got range.
Yeah.
So we want to know, what was the first way that you earned money?
Start at the very beginning.
My first paid job was
Doesn't have to be a job, by the way. Any form of generation of money.
Oh, trust me.
Okay.
And I do.
I would have been
you
in
shouldn't.
primary school, and my job was to take my mum's tongs into the garden and pick up snails and throw them into next door's garden. Not the neighbours who are like family, but the other neighbours. And my dad would pay me 10 pence per snail. But the thing is, like, obviously those snails came back.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it was like my own cyclical economy
Oh
that
my
every week I
God.
would make about £5 to £10 on snails.
Whoa, that's 100 snails.
Yeah, that is like that's not like a crazy amount.
That's an insane amount of snails
'cause I live-
throwing to be doing.
One, I live in Wiltshire. Two, we had
The
a garden.
snail capital of the world. Why is Wiltshire?
That's what they're saying.
I'm from the countryside of Ireland. I'm familiar with snails.
We have a wonderful rubber industry as well.
Oh, okay.
No, we don't anymore. Kate Checker is from my hometown.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that a bit of fun? We went to the same
Friend
school.
of the pod, Kate Checker.
But what am I trying to say? Oh, so yeah, the snails. There were like hundreds of snails, because it didn't matter what size they were.
Okay.
And then I would chuck them.
And what was your mother growing something that the snails were getting in the way of? Because I know they're like divils
Yeah.
for lettuce or like vegetable patches.
My dad goes through like phases of being really into gardening, and then he sort
Okay.
of gets bored of it and disappears and does
Yeah.
leather working or whatever the fuck.
Cycles through hobbies. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he is also autistic. And so he, that's just what I did for like a month.
How did you prove, because you're throwing the snails away, how did you prove how many snails you had thrown?
That's actually another really good question. I think initially I was putting them in a bag or something.
Okay.
So they were just getting bagfuls of snails over the wall.
No. And I would like, I would show it to my dad, and I think the first.
Psychotic.
I think that's biological warfare.
I think.
Imagine the neighbour being like, I don't know what it means. I think it's a threat.
Well, they
We've
were
got
like-
a bag full of snails in the back of the garden.
I think the people next door to us. Well, originally there was no one living there, so there was like an old, broken down, crumbling bakery, and then some like investor or something turned it into like a house of sorts.
Okay.
So it was like, we used to call it, like, me and my friends would call it like the wilderness. But then people moved in and I still did it.
Okay.
Wow.
And let me guess, what were relations like with that neighbour?
I don't know if they know that it happened.
okay.
And it's interesting because one of them was a keen gardener, but I don't.
That's
I don't know.
intense.
No one. Yeah, it never occurred to me that it would be a problem. I sort of wish I could. A bit like in like Animal Crossing. I sort of wish I could still go home and pick up snails for my dad for money.
Oh yeah,
Pick up seashells and like weeds.
I also think that poor snail, because obviously snails don't move very fast.
No.
So it's just having its
Horrifying.
existence, and then suddenly
Completely different
the
country.
fastest it's ever moved.
Well, I don't know, because birds eat snails, don't they?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the moment before death. This snail gets to move and then continue living.
Do you know what weirdly really reminds me of? You guys, this is going to dip into my previous careers as a nanny, but have you ever watched Stickman?
Yeah.
And when I say watch, Stickman is Julia Donaldson book, but it got made, BBC made
they,
these
like,
lovely
animated
little
it.
like animations, and Stickman gets like picked up by a bird and carried away from his family loads, and then Stickman's got to try and like, he floats down a river, like I even as an adult, I'm always like, how the fuck is he going to make that journey back? He's miles away.
Is this like the next
He's never going to see his kids again.
Oh, he's a father.
Yeah. Oh yes, Stickman's got a whole
Sorry.
family.
I feel like
does,
it's
yeah.
a bit like it's like the modern equivalent of like Animals of Farthing Word, but they've like toned it down.
Right. Yeah.
Do you watch Animals of Farthing Word?
No.
Harrowing.
Yeah, is that
I
the
feel
one
like
that
is this
everyone
on the
finds-
It was
BBC
like it
or
was like a
something?
BBC like
Classic. Wouldn't have seen it.
conservationalist,
But it was
cartoon
really
about
sad,
woodland
wasn't it?
creatures. Oh my god, yeah! I don't think I could ever have coped with Watership Down because I couldn't cope with Animals of Farthing Word.
But do you remember when we were kids? Things were sad. Like
Yeah.
The Fox and the Hound,
Terrifying.
Bambi,
Yeah.
Lion King. Mufasa dies in a very fucking
the Land
vicious
Before
way.
Time.
Literally gets murdered. The Land Before Time.
I don't know if you
Harrowing.
guys have watched Coco, but that is very sad. I
I
cry a
mean,
lot.
one is
sort
Coco?
of.
Coco.
It's
Is it
the,
the one about death? One with the guitar.
Dio del Mortos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that is very sad.
It is, but it's also quite beautiful and like
It's done in a way that's supposed to help you manage.
no one
the
actually
feeling.
dies in it. He like
It's about memory
visits
and, like,
death. He like visits his dead
keeping things.
things, but
She's gone.
It,
It's done. It's over. She's out.
So sad.
it is, and it is. Maybe this is why Disney.
Well, no, I think the Disney thing.
But I'm
is
like, it's good for
they're
kids
trying
to see death.
Yeah, it's about sort of like teaching like coping mechanisms, how things can stay
Exactly.
alive through memory and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Whereas Animals of
Coco
Farthing
is
Wood
that.
is like pheasants getting fucked.
Okay,
You have to deal with that. No, it's like there's a bit where like an adder is trying to steal a pie and then the pheasant tries to stop him and he gets shot by a farmer.
An adder like a snake.
Yeah, there's a snake involved. The snake is obviously a suspicious character.
Yeah.
But still comes with everyone because everyone's
It's clever
welcome.
typecasting.
Yeah, and of course the
Farthingwood.
fox is the leader. There's like a little kestrel. I learned so much about woodland birds. From that.
So,
What
anyways,
what do they teach you about snails on that?
yeah,
Nothing. There are no insects on Animals of Farthingwood.
fair. So that's why you felt absolutely fine about fucking them over the
The thing
wall.
is, now I think I would over empathize with this now because when I was a child I didn't have empathy, whereas
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I have learned empathy.
Yeah.
But because of autism, not
So that was
not
your first
psychopathy.
generation of money. You say you earned like
Yeah, yeah.
£5 to £10.
Yeah.
Wow. And what were you buying with your £5 to £10? At what age were you? 10 years of age? Did you
Yeah,
say?
probably like 10. I was probably buying like probably just like the same now, like fizzy. The same thing I would buy now if you gave me a tenner: fizzy
Yeah.
drinks and
Yeah.
chocolate.
And sweet treats.
Fizzy drinks, chocolate, a bath bomb. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would
She
buy.
is just a girl.
It's just like I can't help my biological. We're actually biological essentialists on this podcast. I'm the only biological essentialist non-binary
Yeah.
person.
You're a
in the world.
non-binary adult, but at heart, a girl.
Just
Just a girl
job on
or
my
a
wing.
boy. Actually, I feel like Monster and Lando Norris is very boy of you.
This is my gender.
This is the fluidity of I was about to say. The pink microphone and the monster, the Lando Norris monster, is your gender.
Blue and pink. The cable is the blue one.
Oh, there you go.
I thought about it.
Did we do that consciously for
No,
first?
normally
not
I
first.
like that one. I like the pink one.
wanna
But
swap?
I went for purple because I like purple too.
Yes, I support Ukraine. That's why I've got the yellow and the blue here. Of course. And Europe.
And I don't. So
Yeah, obviously.
famously.
Okay, so that was the first way you ever earned money. Okay, what do you think was, if you were asked in an interview, right? If you were asked in an interview about your biggest weakness, what would you say? And then what would the real answer be?
My greatest weakness. I would say my greatest weakness in an interview is like, I would say that I'm like too emotionally invested in what I do, and like I care too much.
That gets good responses.
I think so. I always worry that it makes me sound like I'm going to cry all the time, and I do.
Good to lay the groundwork.
Because actually it is a bad thing, because I am very much like a raging, just consistently frustrated person. But my real weakness is theft.
Okay, talk to me about this.
a
This is
thief.
something I can get on board with.
I've been a thief for as long as I can remember. I have a very vivid memory of being told off by my dad for stealing a Playmobil horse from nursery school because it had bendy joints at the legs, and I was like, well, that is something special.
Also, I feel like you're allowed to steal stuff from play school.
I was a horrific
nursery.
thief though. Like I was just stealing. I was stealing like money. I was stealing like stuff. I was stealing from my brother. I was stealing from my friend. I was just
From what age?
as like probably like 3 that I can
Really?
remember.
It's that song.
Like a magpie,
I
or
like it. I want it.
like your Ariana Grande, basically.
Your
I don't
seven
know.
I
rings.
see it. I want it. I like it. I got it.
I got like a real. I'm like I was.
Sorry, just because you brought it up, I put that, would you believe, in my friend's wedding ceremony when I was officiating, because I was talking about how Caitlin, a listener of the podcast, shout out Caitlin, she basically met Ed, who was in a relationship, and she was like, him, I want him, and she saw it, she liked it, she wanted it, she got it, and then at her wedding I was like, as the great prophet Ariana Grande would say. And it was a great wedding. You might think, like, what the fuck? What
like
are
how
you
you're
doing,
bringing
Colton?
up the like adulterous way they met
It wasn't,
at the wedding.
It wasn't adulterous. It was all above board. She just met him and was like him. And then when she heard he was single, she
Oh, okay. I thought
swooped
she'd like.
straight. Well, I mean,
Well, that's none of my business.
timeline might be slightly murky. They're married now, and I officiated it, so it's legit.
So in the eyes
Yeah,
of
yeah.
God, it's absolutely fine.
Well, the eyes of God were not there on the ceremony I officiated, but the eyes of the law.
What was the most like? What was the smallest thing you stole? Like just petty. Like I'm just gonna take that.
Oh, when I was at uni, I went for drinks at someone's house and just stole this little like resin bunny rabbit. I put it in my underwear and just walked away.
A resin
we were also-
bunny.
we were
Oh,
also-
like a wee like ornament.
Yeah, just like a little resin bunny rabbit. It was like I was like, this is a story, and so I stole it, put it in my underwear. Then we got thrown out. They were like, you're
I mean, that's not the type of rabbit most women were sticking down there.
Thank you. I was trying to. I was there going. How do I
Ding, ding,
like
ding,
this?
ding, ding,
How do I
ding,
get this together?
ding.
What's the line? And then you go in there.
There you go.
I'm famously not a vibrator girly, but
Famously.
But I don't know. I was like, this will be a story. But the thing is, like, I was deeply undiagnosed autistic and was not very good at making friends and was borderline alcoholic, and so I was like a real problem. And so they were then they got annoyed at us and threw us out anyway. And to this day, we still don't. I mean, not that I speak to these people, but like, they fucking hate all of them.
I checked in recently.
I gave them a call. One of them's a mother. She was like, "How did you get this number? You were not invited to my wedding."
Turned up to school pickup.
Just like, do you remember that? But we got kicked out, and it was like a whole thing. And then the next day, I was just like, I don't know why I've done this. And I just DM'd the guy. I was like, look, I've stolen your little resin rabbit. I don't know why I did that. Can I bring that back to you? And she was like, yeah, that's really weird that you did that. And I was like, okay, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We all do.
Did you give it back?
Yeah, I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her it touched the
I was gonna say-
inside of my labia, but
Oh no.
that's the smallest thing I've ever stolen.
Smallest thing. How has it ever gotten you in trouble? The life of theft.
Yeah, because I was constantly getting caught by my parents stealing money from them.
Oh,
Like-
well, I think that's kind of.
It was just but it was
a
endemic.
problem.
It was like a real.
Oh, okay.
It was like it was chronic. But I still to this day I'm like I have no real, because if I'd asked for something I probably would have. I just wanted to steal, like Darren Brown, famous, and he's fine.
So
Wait, Darren Brown is.
Darren Brown was like a kleptomaniac.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if he still is.
No,
it's none of my
I
business.
can't say I'm familiar with any of Darren Brown's lot.
I feel like I shouldn't chat shit about Darren Brown because he could come and convince me to like jump off a cliff or something. But like,
It'd be really easy to do it to Ruby.
if you jump off this cliff, Everything will be fine.
Really,
Wow.
I just jumped off the cliff. It was fine.
Okay, I'm literally just a girl with OCD.
I'm just a girl.
Mean.
But yeah, no, I got arrested when I was 15. I'm technically banned for life from Boots.
I was going to say,
From
did
Boots?
this
Yeah, I'm
develop
banned for
into
life from
actual
Boots.
shoplifting?
Oh my god, yeah, no, I was a menace.
Would you ever sell any of the things you shoplifted?
No, I wasn't that
so it didn't become
organised.
a commerce. You didn't become entrepreneurial
I'm not Kim
about
Kardashian. I
your
just-
klepto.
Just would steal stuff. I still don't really know why. I still occasionally will steal things for kicks, but like not very often. I'm too scared now, I think.
What did you steal from Boots that got you banned?
There was like, God, back in the day when you couldn't keep lipstick on, they sold this little tiny vial of like, it was almost like a nail varnish brush of like something that was meant to keep your lipstick on for longer. It was also a maybe
Like a stain, like a lip stain
it
or
was like
something.
a coating that you put over your lipstick. It tasted like petrol, like it was hell.
Oh God.
And then I got a Maybelline like Superstay lipstick type thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I remember. Oh, and I'd stolen I'd been up and down the high street, so I'd stolen a cardigan that I told them was my real cardigan, and they let me keep it, the police. But actually it was an M&S cardigan, back when everyone was wearing those really long...
Wait, so on one day you went on a real spree.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
And where did you get caught?
In Boots.
And was it like CCTV, police called, parents notified?
A man, the thing went off, and then a man put his hand on my shoulder, and it was the craziest thing because I like felt my body compress from the fear, and I was like, oh, that's how people piss themselves, like out of fear. And then I was wearing the most ugly outfit. I still think about that. That's the bit I cringe the most at, is the ugly outfit.
What's the outfit?
My mum the other day was like, do you feel bad about that? And I was like, no. To this day, I just
people
don't
who weren't
care.
raised Catholic are so interesting to me because I'm like, that's what you felt shame and guilt about, and that was the first time that you felt.
Alice has a...
I'm a walking embodiment of shame and guilt, just not for that.
Yeah, but this is what. Yeah,
I mean, who's the person on your necklace?
It's St. Jude. The holy relic fell off though, the little...
patron saint of lost causes. Yeah, sounds like that's what you are,
I really
babes.
I like his law because apparently the reason he's the... I mean, you're probably going to correct me, but the reason he's the patron saint of lost causes is because he turns up when people won't pray to him because they're scared that Judas will turn up and help them, and they're like, they don't want anything to do with Judas, and apparently that's why he's the lost causes, but also the patron saint of police officers, so
Who've had many,
who I've had too many run-ins with.
say, who has many a day with you. So you're just like, next time I get nicked, they'll be like, oh, she's one of us. She's got our boy around her neck.
I swear I didn't throw those
They're
glasses
one
at
of
his head officer.
us.
But yeah, so
But wait, hand on the shoulder, crease in. Is that a Boots security guard?
yeah, he was like, but apparently he was like the high street security guard. I used to see him around, and I didn't go into Boots for ages because I was like really scared. And then
But wait, what happened? Did he drag you into like a room? I don't know why I'm envisioning it to be like...
He was sort of like quite a burly man, so I wasn't gonna like run. Also, I was wearing, again, this very ugly outfit. I was wearing
Do
heels.
you want to describe the outfit? I feel like it probably wasn't that bad.
It was bad. It was like these like high silver like court shoe heels, black ties.
You were wearing silver heels.
I have no idea. I thought I was like, anyway.
Okay.
And then I was wearing like a sort of layered, it was one of my favorite skirts. It was like a black and white polka dot, one of those layered like rah skirt, mini skirts.
Yeah.
I was wearing it high-waisted, obviously. And a purple Jack Wills t-shirt that said Jack Wills in big letters, and a grey cardigan and a little grey beret.
A beret.
And I had curled my hair that day.
See, this is the thing. If you're going to go on a stealing spree, you've made yourself very noticeable.
I was about to say,
What, because I was
the opposite of
so
inconspicuous.
They were like, she doesn't need to steal. She's very cool.
But yeah, what happened? The burly man...
So he then called the police. Then a really grouchy woman came in and like glared at me and was like, what did you steal? And so I like told her, and she was like, oh. And I was like, okay, you sell it. Like, I was like,
Wait, a woman from Boots?
yeah, she was just this like very sour looking woman. And I appreciate that I was like one of 1,000 teenagers she'd probably had to deal with that week. But yeah, and then they called the police. Then I went with the police. My friend was there. She was also stealing, but she didn't get caught.
They didn't suspect her when...
No, even though she also had like a handbag full of stolen shit. I don't know how she got away with it. Then they went through my bag and tried to work out which things I'd stolen, which were things I hadn't, and I lied about half of them. So I was like, the blue cardigan, I said, no, that's mine. It wasn't, it was from M&S.
Had you already taken the tags off and everything?
It didn't have tags on it, which is why I stole it.
That's on M&S.
Because sometimes they don't. Sometimes someone will forget, right? And then there was like a bracelet from like Claire's that was like these little like enamel, not enamel, like plastic roses. It was like very 2010s.
Yes.
It was bad. So I kept some of it. I was like, yeah, no, I think that's mine or whatever. I don't know. And then they called my mum and she cried. I felt sorry when my mum asked me, like, did you feel bad about that? I was like, not really. I was like, I felt bad that you were upset, but I didn't feel bad about like any other part of it.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
they're
they were like-
corporations who are fine at the end
They
of
were
the
like,
day.
people lose their jobs because of theft, and I just was like, but these people mean nothing to me.
I know what you mean. So biggest weakness is theft.
Yes. Although I would like to say, as I currently have a side hustle in retail, I do not currently steal. But what I do is I'm very laissez-faire with my samples.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just making myself some. If I'm making a sample for a customer, you better believe I'm making a sample for myself.
One for you, one for me.
Unless,
Fair.
of course, I'm deathly allergic to the specific sample, in which case I will not. But yeah, otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Because I don't want... The thing is, I've been in trouble with the police now too many times. And so I'm no longer like the cute, like... What am I like? It's like, no, I will probably be charged. So now I pay for bags. Because
really?
I'm just
you've
like...
gone so far
I'm
the
so...
other way.
Like, I
I
got caught...
refuse to pay for a bag.
I got caught,
I won't
like...
do it.
Is that because you're still taking them or because you bring a tote bag with you?
I would 9 times out of 10, I have my own bag with me. But if I need one of the bags, I'm like, you can get fucked.
Well, for a while they were giving money to
I
charity,
actually
and
bought
then
one
they
the-
stopped doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I bought one the other day because I was in B&M. And B&M, I'm new to it as a concept because one's set up near me and it's also an English store that like,
love
so I
B&M.
wasn't familiar with their game.
They're great.
But big fan of that's a shop you can just fucking wander in.
Yeah.
You can just lose some time in that shop. But it was only humans on the checkout.
Oh,
And so if I wanted a bag, I had to pay for one. And do you know what? I was absolutely fine with that because there was
because it
a
was
human
going
being there
towards that nice
serving me.
person's salary.
I was like, that's fine. But if you're not going to put a human on the fucking tills, I'm not
Yeah.
giving Tesco, who are making record amounts of profit when people are in a cost of living crisis. No, I'm not giving you money for a fucking bag. I
can't-
Fucked.
Even like Aldi now, I go in there and I'm like, it's like, I can't afford this.
Yeah, I know.
It's bad.
Anyways,
Right. So, Alice, who was your favourite co-worker?
oh
Okay.
yeah, ever.
My favourite co-worker is Mrs. H. Goodteacher, aka Hannah. We started training to be teachers together back in like 2019, and
We should say, one of your many previous jobs was being a teacher.
I'm also technically a teacher now, but my DBS is taking too long, so I'm not currently teaching, but I am a teacher. Yeah, to be fair, I need to stop admitting my crimes in public forums.
I like that you're like, my DBS is taking a while. It's like, well, you have mentioned.
Well, I got an email today being like, yeah, there's been an issue with the local police. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's finally come up. They're finally sick of me. Or maybe they've seen my comments on TikTok and they're like, the police are now like, add it to the DBS.
You're like, but my necklace, guys, St. Jude.
St. Jude. Mrs. H. Goodteacher is my favourite co-worker because we started training to be teachers together. So when I turned up to Brighton Uni to do my PGCE, immediately fell in love with this girl. I just was like, this is like, I have never believed in soulmates. And then I met Hannah, and she moved out of London recently, and every now and again I will text her and be like, a piece of me is missing, which is very dramatic, and she probably hates it because she's very avoidant, but like she absolutely, like, she's
That's
like
a lot to put on.
she's like
someone.
a real classic, like, ADHD will not text you back for 6 months person, but like, here she is. And here she is. I've had to now send a text to Catherine and be like, this is not a dig, but here's a meme about you not texting me.
Yeah. And did I reply?
You did. But then I felt bad, but then I felt bad because you replied. I was like, no, I wasn't actually asking you to reply. I just thought it was fun. But anyway,
So no, it's fine. I get like, if you've seen a meme about someone like not texting back, trust me that 5 people have sent it to me. And it's not okay, and I'm genuinely trying to get better at it because I get that it's rude, but I just want people to understand that it is all in every friendship group dynamic, family, like I am the problem, but that it's saying one, so it's not personal. Okay, so Hannah.
Yes.
Yes,
What makes Hannah such a good co-worker?
I think it's because she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Wait,
but
can I ask, did you and Hannah actually work together or study together?
So this is the miraculous thing. So I don't know if it was like divine intervention because I met her at uni and I was like, that's the coolest person I've ever met in my life. But she like made friends with other people and I was like, I hate that. And I'm a very grabby friend. Like I'm very possessive. Like once I like someone, I'm like, you belong to me. So I have to work on that. But we were all like trying to get our placements and stuff, and I had loads of like mental health stuff. So they put me in like the most batshit school they could find. And then Hannah, I think
Batshit and batshit. All goes
literally,
together.
and like Hannah joined late, or she was going to be a nurse and then she decided to be a teacher, that classic combo. And so she got in late, and then she didn't know what her placement was going to be, and then I found out at the last minute that we had the same placement, and I felt like a criminal. I was like, yeah, I guess we could just like walk together or something, or get like a bus in the mornings if you wanted to, and then we were just like inseparable the whole time on our placement, like to the point where both of our mentors were saying like, you need to stop spending time with each other because you're actually dragging each other down as teachers. And I had like,
iron sharpens iron. Yeah, but a dull sword dulls a sword.
it was just like, yeah, it was bad. But like we were constantly getting in trouble, and then by the end of our placement, the person in charge of like the trainee teachers on that at that school hated us so much that she could no longer be professional and hide it, and she would say to the other trainees just like, I cannot wait for those piss take trainees to leave.
Oh my god.
She was like, the rest of you are fine, but those English trainees are piss takers. They're taking the mic. They're useless.
For clarity, the subject you taught was English.
Yeah,
not.
We
She
were
wasn't
English.
me. She wasn't me.
She
wasn't
was
like those fucking English.
And that person was Kat Higgins.
Cat Higgins, anti-English all
But
the way
yeah,
through.
but it got so bad. And the thing is, like, we were both very committed to what we were doing, but we also just like didn't see it as like the fucking be all and end all. And the problem with teaching is it makes itself the be all and end all, which is like a whole other thing. See my bold spot for details. But I can't explain to you, like she's scatty and very undiagnosed ADHD and just like mad and a little bit avoidant, but she's like, I cannot express to you how our like souls merge. And then we worked together again. So after I went through a horrible breakup and needed to get away from a boss that was like bullying me, she got me a job at university, and we were working together. And honestly, I was like, I feel like a whole person again. Like, yeah. And then she moved to Derby, and a piece of me died.
That's so nice.
So like she's the best coworker I've ever. Not that we were like especially efficient together.
Yeah.
Like,
sounds like you were
every day that we were both in on the same day. I was like, I could have gotten up like 3 hours early if it meant I could.
There's nothing better than when you're like on shit. Like whenever you know you're gonna be like my pals.
You got a good shift because you got the right people in around you.
Yeah.
Because she's
Love
also like a
that.
thoughtful person. She's like incredibly kind. She's incredibly empathetic. Like she'll like talk you through things. Like she listened to me talk about my ex like a million times a day, like and the same stuff over and over again. She like taught me the stuff about the job that we were doing at this like uni, like just my gal.
I won't say. I think that's probably the most wholesome answer we've ever had on
I
this
am like,
podcast.
I would go as far as to say that I'm like romantically in love.
Yeah. For the listeners listening, we've just realised that Alice has been full naming
And
her
full
favourite colleague. And
geographical locationing.
they work in with children, so you're gonna have heard some beeps, and that was for
Which again ruins the tone of the wholesomeness of the answer.
Yeah.
Just like wholesome. Beep.
So anyway, I'd like to.
yeah.
But the romantic thing. So when she left London, or was it when she left London, or when she? I can't remember. She was doing something. Basically, we had to like separate at some point. I genuinely called the Samaritans because I was like, I don't know how to like cope with the fact that I was like, and this I was like, I just sort of want to know if you think that I might be in love with my friend, because I think I might be like, is this like romantic? Like, am I like attracted to her? And the person, the Samaritans, was so uptight. She was like, you can love someone without it being sexual. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go now, because the thing was, I was like, I haven't actually mentioned sex once, but she was really like, it doesn't need to be sexual. Sometimes you can just be friends. And I was just like, you seem upset.
She seems like there's something else going on.
Yeah.
I
It
feel
sounds like she is an issue.
It sounds like she's been watching a lot of TV and she's like, what's all this woke flake nonsense? But yeah, no, so Hannah beep. Hannah beep of beep.
Best colleague ever. Amazing.
Yeah.
Can I ask then, this, I feel like we've anticipated, listeners, will be, I believe, a Patreon
Oh, you know it.
answer.
You know it.
Yeah. I'm vaguely familiar with this. So for those of you listening to the main podcast, you're going to hear a sharp edit, but sign up to our Patreon and you'll be able to hear the very good story.
It's worth
We'll give you the question. We won't give you the answer. What is the most inappropriate thing you've seen happen at work?
Cut.
You cut off. And we're back.
And we're back.
Trust me, that was the most inappropriate, I think, things that have ever been said.
It was a great answer to the question, and then we got some good lore from all of us as well.
Lore of our time as housemates, and then also just, I think, general information around one of your many...
I don't think I should be allowed to work with children, the more I think about it.
Yeah.
And that...
I won't lie.
That's
And if you want to
tantalising.
understand, I won't lie. I
Clean
think we need to
DBS.
ensure.
Black and soul.
Yeah, if you're wondering why Alice's DBS is being held up,
always
sign up
held
to the
up.
Patreon. All the answers are there.
It's because there's someone in the DBS centre having to listen to all of these
like-
podcasts that you're on, piecing it
Yeah,
together.
he's
going,
just like, I can't believe she's admitting this in public.
okay, so what is the weirdest thing someone has ever said to you while being at work?
Okay, so there's probably lots of things, but no. So I think the weirdest thing that anyone's ever said to me whilst I was at work was when I was like 18, I worked at the local Budgeons,
Nice.
RIP. Actually, no, I think there
Budgeons.
are still some Budgeons. Budgeons is like, I don't even think you'd, no one's,
Is it a hotel
no,
or a
one's-
holiday
no, it's like a
place?
supermarket. No one's going to Budgeons. Like no one's like, oh, I must pop into Budgeons.
It's like
It's Morrison's
feels like-
energy.
Oh,
corner
it's like a
shop.
shop.
Yeah, it's a
Kind
Oh,
of
like
supermarket.
a food shop.
Yeah. You get them
You
a lot.
both look really
You get a
unsure.
lot of
They're not
Budgeons
they're-
petrol stations.
Yeah,
Oh, is it like a Spar? Do you have Spars in this country?
Yeah,
No, or
it's-
Londis maybe?
It's close. It's somewhere between like a Londis and a Morrison's.
I would say in Ireland it's probably a Centra. For any Irish
for the
people
international
listening.
listeners.
There you go.
But yeah, so when I went to Budgeons, I was like 18 years old. Oh my God, I used to say inappropriate things at work as well. Like one time, a guy, I was never like,
The weirdest thing someone said at work, you're like, it was me.
it was me.
I like how we were just like,
I don't
Alice
know.
shouldn't have passed a DBS. And now
I-
Alice like, actually, here's some more inappropriate shit
Well,
I
I
did.
don't think I was ever like super uncomfortable about talking about sex. And then someone came in to buy condoms on like a random like Tuesday or something. He was like, yeah, can I just get some like tobacco or whatever? Like, oh, this Red Bull. And then he was like, oh, and can I just get like just a pack of condoms, just normal condoms? And I went, ooh. And I was like, what? And I immediately, and I stopped and I went, I don't know why I did that. And he was like, I don't know why you did that. And then we both just looked really embarrassed. And then I couldn't stop laughing throughout and at one point I think I got on the floor because I couldn't stop laughing. Like, it was really
Poor
bad.
guys, just no. It's hard enough
And I was
to
like,
get
I'm
men
so
to wear
sorry.
condoms at the best
No,
of
literally,
times.
I was like, I'm so sorry because I don't want to make you feel weird about buying condoms, but like, I don't know why I said it. But so
because you were 18.
because I was 18.
Yeah.
But I just, it was almost like an intrusive thought to be like,
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
But but no, so the weird thing that happened there was a man who came in. So he would come in all the time. Like you'd get to know the regulars,
Yeah.
and you're 18, so you're a target. You're just a target.
You're
like
a woman in a-
whether it's not even I wouldn't even call it sexual harassment. You're just a target.
Yeah.
because you don't know.
Yeah.
You're just
I'm just a dumb bitch.
perceived young woman.
Someone has
in
put
a
me-
customer service
Yeah.
facing
Yeah.
role.
I am just
Yeah.
the gatekeeper between you and your condoms. That is it. And frankly, at the age of 18, I was such a like menace that I was trying to fuck most people that came in. So it was like a whole thing. And I did twice. But
Again, your DBS is pending.
and one of them, so I was 19 at the time, and one of them was a 32-year-old English teacher who taught students who were like only about 6 months younger than me.
No.
Yeah, it was
Stop.
bad. He also like, I think he thought he was like Errol Flynn, but then he had to get his mum to pay for our holiday to Cornwall. Anyway, so
A 32-year-old man has to
bearing in
get his
mind that I am
mother to
currently
pay.
31 and my mum has to pay for my holidays to Cornwall, but not that
Yeah,
I'm
but
going
you're
to
not
Cornwall.
going with
You're not going
18-year-olds
with
from
Yeah,
the
no,
local
because
shop.
18-year-olds are thick as shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I've been banging the customers. But this guy used to bring me like mojitos to work. That was pretty good. I think I was being groomed. But can you be groomed at 19? Anyway, so
Yeah.
a different man, the man who looks like the man from Shaun the Sheep, would
Okay.
come in all the time. We sort of knew him. He was a bit odd, but he was fine. In the grand scheme of men who came into that shop, he was like probably one of the least offensive. But he once said to, I don't even know how it came up. We were talking about the end of the world. I think maybe it was like nearing that like Mayan calendar thing or something.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Or it was like in the news.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, he just, sort of, there was like a pause. In fact, I don't even know if we were having an in-depth conversation. He just said that I would leave a beautiful corpse. And I didn't, and
You
not even,
looked away from the mic when you say that, so I'd just like you to say that one more time into the microphone, please.
I don't know if there was a deep conversation because I can't remember, but what I do remember about the conversation is that he told me,
What did he say?
he said that I would leave a beautiful corpse.
Yeah, good. Just want to make sure everyone heard that. 'cause that's-
Beautiful corpse.
But not even in like a threatening, like I didn't even feel threatened. I sort of felt kind of charmed by it, but I also was an autistic and
No,
slightly
I don't like
traumatized teenager.
I don't like it. I don't like this man.
Why is he imagining you dead?
Yeah.
Also, like,
I feel like I must have said something like, I hope I die. Or like, just a classic Alice line. But like,
Yeah, but you don't say
Yeah,
then, like,
I
I wish you were
still-
dead
I think
too,
he
'cause you
said
look
it-
prettier.
I think he
You
said it in a really matter of fact of like, well, you'd leave a beautiful corpse. And I was just like,
had this man ever called, was he the type of vibe that he was calling you beautiful
no.
in general? So it never
We
called
sort
you
of-
beautiful, only called
I-
you a beautiful corpse.
When I was 18, I
you
was...
look better lifeless.
No, I don't think he was saying
You look better if you would stop talking.
Yeah.
To be fair, that probably would have helped me in that job. But like I found, because I was such a straight, I don't know if other weird and possibly neurodivergent 18-year-olds have this, but like when I was like between the ages of like 12 to like 21. Older men between the ages of like 40 to 65 fucking vibed with me. Like we just vibed. It wasn't even necessarily like sometimes it was pervy, but a lot of the time it just wasn't. Because I was into things like planes and World War One. And I sort of absorbed my dad's personality. And so like I got on really well with all of these men that were like in their 40s. And that's probably why I attempted to fuck every man in his 40s between the ages of like 18 and 25. But
I like how you said it. You were like, not even like romantically, just like we like the same things. I was trying to fuck him.
I was trying to fuck
I also like the idea that you
most
were
of
the
them-
predator in this scenario.
No, this is the thing. So many, because like when I was, you know, like they used to warn you about like.
I think the 32-year-old English teacher who took you to Cornwall was the predator.
He, in that instance, yes. But he still lives in my little hometown and I can't wait. I applied for a job at his school just to fuck with him. I had no intention of working there.
Also,
but I just,
you're an English teacher, so it would have been in the same department.
he probably, because he also isn't like head of department or anything like that. So he could have ended up being my NQT mentor and I would have ruined his life on purpose.
Oh my God.
But anyway, but my point is, where was I going with this? Something about trying to fuck people in their 40s.
Well,
not
the
sexual.
question, just so we know,
Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
weirdest
yeah.
thing
The weirdest
someone
thing
has
someone
said
said to you in work.
to you?
And I'm now the pervert.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Well, no,
it.
it was weird. The you look.
Yeah,
you make
you'd be a beautiful
It's
corpse
just
is
something
weird.
that stayed with me.
It's very strange as well, because even as an Irish person who I feel like English people and I have this divide where in our, like it's in Dairy Girls, that famous scene where it's like you always see a dead body. So like I remember like someone once was like, have you ever seen a dead body? I was like, fucking loads. I've been to many.
If
I was
anything,
head altar
too many.
girl. I served at so many wakes and funerals. So it is a thing. Like Irish people would say, "Oh God, don't they look great? Like they're looking well. God, they look very well." And it is this thing of like you see enough like people like open.
You can make a
casket
judgment.
funerals,
You can have a
open
scale.
casket funerals. I was like, God, that was very good. To the point where there is like in my hometown, like it's known certain funeral homes will do a better job of making you look good than others. Like people will be like, that's the Massey brothers now. They do a great job. Like genuinely.
Oh, that's like
And-
when my grandmother died.
But I would never say, even with that background, even being like that funeral home does a great job with the corpse. I would never say to someone. So even with all that background, I would never say to someone, "You'd make a beautiful corpse."
But I do think, in hindsight, now that we've talked about my time at Budgeons, I do think maybe I was the predator.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when you're like younger and they'd be like, careful of paedophiles on the internet, they're going to try and groom you. I would try and get groomed. Like, I was actively seeking a good grooming.
So you were grooming people to become groomers.
Yeah, until I was 14, and
You were like when the police go undercover online and pretend to be young girls, but you were the young girl.
but I was a young girl and I was trying to get groomed.
and there was no police involved.
But when I was 14, I did get briefly groomed by my German teacher who gave me placebo CDs and told me not to tell anyone. And I had this like cold feeling come over me.
What?
A placebo CD.
It's not a real CD.
It's a fake CD to make you think you're listening to alternative music from the 90s. And I remember having this cold feeling wash over me.
Well, it was because when you said placebo, I immediately thought of like drugs and like drug trial,
gave
you know,
me a
like
placebo.
placebo effect. And I was like, I thought you said placebo ease instead of
No.
CD. So I was like,
That's
he
even
gave
weirder.
Me fake drugs.
Yeah, that's even weirder than a placebo
I
CD.
know, but someone trying to groom someone, like, I don't know.
Well, anyway, so he then...
So he gave you like real ones or
Yeah,
like
real, legit. I think
Oh.
I still have them. But he said, don't tell anyone. And I immediately, the news round in me caught up.
Yeah.
And I had this cold feeling wash over me. I was like, oh no. I was like, I've got what I wanted again. But then he had sex with the girl in the year above. And I
How many
told...
CDs was she getting? Was she getting the real CDs?
Well, she went to his house and he showed her the film, The Secretary. But I...
Oh no!
So I told the
Do you
school...
know that film?
Yeah.
I get lots of edits from that film on TikTok. But I told the school librarian and she was like, you were really brave for telling me. And I was in my head, I was like, no, I'm just jealous.
I feel like so many people listening to this are gonna be like, "Do not let her back into schools."
Well, the thing, what's ironic now is that like safeguarding is like my thing and
I
it's what I'm
was
really
saying,
good
you
at in
literally work
schools.
in safe- Maybe
Like that's like
because
my
you're
thing.
You can spot that.
Because I can
was
spot
gonna say,
nonsense.
takes one to know one.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I can. But that's like now I find it really funny that I'm now really like there is like the line is not blurred. It is like so rigid.
I do think, like, despite all of the wild stories that we've heard, Alice is very good at the safeguarding
They're
stuff on side of
genuinely like to
teaching.
point.
Actually, my safeguarding was used as a case study at one of the schools I worked at because I was so diligent. But yeah.
I feel like our last question
Yeah.
is, in hindsight, what job did you learn the most from or has been the most useful to you?
Also, it can be anything like practical skills you learned that are useful in everyday life. It can be like lessons you learned.
Can I be really earnest?
Go on.
Because I've been such a trash bag the whole time in this. I'm really worried about my
I think
future.
for the listeners, though, they'll have lost part of... If you're not signed up to the Patreon, they'll have lost a huge chunk of the trash.
I did talk
So
about
we'll
how
all
I
come
went
out in the
online and
wash.
tried to be groomed as a child. But then I was a child, so I'm not actually the problem there.
Yeah. You
Society
gave a very
is the
earnest
problem.
answer about Hannah.
Hannah.
Yeah.
I'd die for her. Sorry, no offense. I'll safeguard you, but I won't die for you.
Yeah.
So, no, I think that I've learned the most from teaching because I remember, so before I became a teacher, I mean, I'm a messy bitch now, but like, I think my messiness was at a peak. And so I was like deep into drugs and I was drinking too much and like my life was very, very messy. And it was almost like, to use a word that's very triggering to us who lived through COVID, a circuit break, where it was like, I took so seriously the fact that I wanted to be like a safe adult for children. I like didn't drink as much. I was like going to bed like early. I stopped taking drugs completely. And even though I think about it every day, I don't, because I don't ever want to be an unsafe adult for children. And I think that I just grew up by like 100%, I think, from being a teacher. Imagine if I hadn't, like I'm still a dumb bitch, but like, I just think that it dragged me into adulthood in quite an aggressive way.
Because it gave you a like, keen sense of responsibility.
Yeah, and it gave me a purpose and it gave me a reason to not be a mess and to not be a mad alcoholic, drug addict, suicidal bitch.
I mean, I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
And also, I do know, as someone who lived with you, when you were teaching, like, for all the jokes you've made about, like,
aggressively, like, shut up, it's 8 p.m, I'm going to bed. You're all talking really friendly downstairs, I can hear you.
Friendly's a nice word.
You're enjoying yourselves. Some of us have eating disorders.
But you did take it really seriously, and it was very much like about like within all the realms of like the correct boundaries. It was about being like a responsible adult for kids, and also like showing up for them. And I so think that is like, I do think, like, I know a lot of people from that I grew up with who are teachers, and some of them I'm like, yeah, I know why you're a teacher. And it's because in Ireland, some people don't understand this, it's because they love playing GAA and or a sport in general, and being a teacher was like, oh, I've summers off. Gaelic football is a sport that's generally played in the summers, and also you have to train like 2-3 nights a week, but you don't get paid as a professional, so you need a full-time job to go along with it. And so I know some people who had their heart set on playing county, so they became a teacher because of that. But then similarly, and also I feel like some people I know are going to think I'm referring to one person in particular, but some people I'm also like, I think they almost like didn't know when they got into teaching all the ways in which it would fill them up. And I think you're almost one of them. Where I think you were like, I'd like to be a teacher, I like English, I like whatever else. But then when you actually got into being like an authority figure in front of children, it like shifted you in a way.
Yeah, I think so. Like, not to be that guy, but I do think like teaching like changed my life for the better. And I'm not like, I'm far from like a perfect teacher. Like I used to get so tired and grouchy that they'd be like, are you grouchy again, miss? And I'd be like, yes, shush.
But have you got like a nice sentence to finish off with, just being like, yeah, I really enjoy being a teacher?
I don't think we're going to leave that in. I'm going to make an executive decision. No, I'm just making a... We could cut from what Ruby suggested you talk about to right now and me going, executive decision as a safeguarding issue for you and your career. We're going to cut that right out.
Do coke. It will help.
Anything got to do with anything?
It will help you in parties.
No. Right.
Not a chance.
This has been lovely.
This has been absolutely
so
wonderful.
nice.
So nice to get the gang back together. Now I don't have to text back for weeks.
I am never going to hear from you again.
No, never. Thank you so much for coming on the Odd Jobs podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have anything you'd like to shout about, talk about? You working on any great... well...
I can't talk about what I'm working on. Contractually. But it's not SNL. Because I didn't apply. But, nerds. What am I trying to say? Please just follow me on the internet. Like, it's literally the only thing that matters to me right now. Please follow me on...
Oh my God, same. I've become really obsessed.
Oh, I just don't care about anything else.
Employment.
Yes. Because that's...
it's been 5 days and now I'm like, how many followers?
Yeah, no, it makes you mad.
Yeah.
Please follow me on Instagram at popular comedian Alice India,
Lovely.
or TikTok, or both. It's up to you. TikTok is Alice India Comic. I think there's 2 Alice India comics. You'll know which one's the right one because one of them has videos.
Wonderful.
There you go.
There we go.
About their time playing tambourine for corn.
All right. Thank you so much, Alice.
It is us again at the very end. Thank you so much for listening to the full podcast with the wonderful Alice India.
Ah, what a fantastic
Such
time.
a good time. So great to get the gang back together. Just some last minute shout outs. Again, sign up to the Patreon because trust us, you want to hear that story that we got out.
Yeah.
2, we are doing a show, myself and Ruby Carr, on the 26th of November at the Rosenranch Theatre, 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Get tickets in any of the links in all of our bios.
Yes, and follow us on any of the socials. Whatever social
Yes.
you want, you can follow us on.
Cat.Higgins Comedy,
Yeah.
Ruby Vroom Vroom,
Yes.
and Odd Jobs Podcasts. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Thank you so much.
I think that's it.
And we'll see you again.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.